Hi, Rich Roberts here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Will you be mine? Could you be mine? A great quote from Mr. Rogers. He was one of my heroes growing up, and that's why I like to be on community TV. The segments that I saw, and so many of us saw in my age in the Pittsburgh area, for 50 years from WQED, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. There's a movie coming out. In fact, there's two movies. There's a documentary starting next week, June the 5th, grand opening at the Hollywood Theater on Potomac Avenue. If you have a chance, Google that, Hollywood Theater, Potomac Avenue, Pittsburgh, and you can get some free tickets to go see this documentary about Mr. Rogers and all the work that he did. And then I think it's going from there into some local theaters. But it's not the blockbuster that they've got planned with Tom Hanks playing the role of Mr. Rogers, and that could be, I think, next year. And so we'll look forward to that. But Tuesday, June the 5th, at the Hollywood Theater, documentary about Mr. Rogers. And if you take a cardigan sweater, if you wear one, you get in free. And or go to the website, and I think there's free tickets there also. In fact, I don't think they're going to turn you away. They just like to see a good showing. And if you haven't been to the Hollywood Theater before, also on Potomac Avenue, very historic, built back in the 20s, Art Deco style. It's been lots of remodels throughout the years, and I think some new owners just within this past year have purchased that cinema. Just one screen. It's not the multi-screen, just one. And but the balcony, just a beautiful theater to be a part of. So you get a chance, swing by there and experience that wonderful world of Mr. Rogers, starting on June the 5th. It's a Tuesday night. I'm from the village of Venetia. If you haven't been, we're the southernmost part of Peters Township, and in fact, it's one of the foundations of Peters Township. Not far from where I live, right there in the village, is the Wright House. The Wright House goes back to 1762. The Wright brothers, Joseph and Jacob, came up from Stanton, Virginia area and built a log cabin there. So again, this is before the American Revolution. And there's a facsimile of the cabin that they built in 1774 there, right behind the Wright House. That was built 201 years ago, right in front when the family grew from the log cabin. They needed a bigger home, built a home in front. That is the authentic original home there. And that's Peters Creek Historical Society. Google that, and you can find out more and more about the Wright House there. But that's where the village of Venetia kind of began back in 1762, when we were just wandering through cornfields and things at that time. One of the things that those early settlers, the Wright brothers, when they came up from Virginia, coal. The coal in this region was so close to the ground that when lightning would strike the ground, the ground would ignite, and it became it was kind of a miracle to the early folks, thinking, why is this ground burning the way it was? And they found so much coal so close to the surface. And so that was one of the prime indicators for building a little community there in the village of Venetia. And again, the definition of a colonial village from colonial times is you have to have a school there, and we have a retired school there. It's called the Venetia Community Center. A church, Wright's United Methodist Church, we're right there. You have to have a restaurant or supply store. We have the country store right there, and a place where folks will gather together. So we've got all the places there, right there in the village, right in Venetia Road. So I invite you to come and visit us anytime down there. Let me give you just a highlight of, as we kick off the summer, maybe you had a chance to experience the Memorial Day Parade right here in McMurray. It was a great event. It's been our tradition since we've lived the last 5 years here in Washington County to come experience that. It's like going to Mayberry. It's just the fire department's there, the police folks are there, folks from the community are marching in the parade, and so that was on Memorial Day. Kind of kicks up all the summer activities. They marched from the middle school down to the VFW post there, 764, where the Memorial Park is. And if you've never seen that, I mean, it's right across the street from the Starbucks there. You see that memorial there. That's where kind of the parade ends. And there's some festivities there, some speeches being made, and just the national anthem, 21 gun salute. So it's just part of what makes America so wonderful. And that began our summertime in the village of Venetia. We want to thank the Girl Scouts, all Scouts, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, for being a part of that parade. I think if they hadn't marched in it, we wouldn't have quite, I think they were maybe the largest group that marched in the parade, both Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. And we're so glad to have both scouting troops, organizations in the village of Venetia. This past year, we've had 2 Eagle Scout projects done in the village. One is a free library. If you go to the village, the Venetia Community Center, there's a 3-story free library right there. We have one there. We have also another one over at the church. And free books for you. You sign them out and you bring them back when you're done. And, or you have some books that you want other folks to read, just put them right in there. But it's really a great addition. We've got some new benches there too, provided by this Eagle Scout. That was one of the projects. And the other Boy Scout Eagle project was over at the Wright House. The re-cobblestoned the walkway that goes from the Wright House back to the log cabin. And that was done by another Boy Scout. And so how cool is that to have them both represented in the village of Venetia. If you haven't been following up with the Girl Scouts here lately, we've got several troops in the Peters Township in Finleyville community. Several of them meet right where we're at in the village. And there's just so much good that can happen with an organization like Girl Scouts. Their promise: on my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. Doesn't everyone want to have those kind of foundations in their very character? What's the Girl Scout law? Let me give that to you. I'll do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. That's incredible moral laws to live by. Maybe we need more of that in our country of today. And you have an opportunity. So Google Girl Scouts of Peters Township, and they can put you in touch with the troop, wherever you come in at, whether you're Daisies or Brownies or in the Girl Scouts as you get to be, I think 12 years old. Just so cool to be a part of an organization like that. They were marching in the Memorial Day Parade right around the corner from VFW Post 764 is Rotary Square. And if you haven't been there yet, it's just a neat part. Again, a great organization to be a part of that has 4 major components to their oath. All what we need to hear more about in our moral fiber of today. 4-way test for a Rotarian: is it true? Is what you're saying, is it the truth? Second thing, is it fair to all concerned? What you do every day, is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And what you're saying, anytime you go to speak, think, do, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Rotary Square is right there, right beside VFW Post 764. The Rotarians from Peters Township assembled that. There's a couple benches there. There's a nice plaque in honor of Michael Silvestri, a great Rotarian, former township manager of Peters, now retired and living in Virginia, I believe. Yeah, that's again just great things to build a great foundation for citizenship in America. Give you some of the things that are coming down the pike here at Village of Venetia as we kick off our summer together. Every Wednesday in June and July, we have free concerts. This is the 5th year that we've done that, and they're called brown bag concerts. You get a $5 lunch, and it's homemade, it's fresh, it's cooked by the ladies right there at Wrights United Methodist Church. but the concert is from noon to 1. In fact, we've had a film crew from up here at the high school came down, I think 2 or maybe 3 summers ago, and filmed one of our concerts, and so you may see that every once in a while on a newsreel here. But everything from Bach to bluegrass. I mean, we have a wide variety of entertainment, and that's true. We begin Wednesday, June the 6th, with the Dempseytown Ramblers. That's the bluegrass group that I'm a part of. This is a different kind of configuration. We played back in Oil City back in February. The guys that'll be playing with me on Wednesday, June the 6th, for the Bluegrass Festival up there. And we'll be kicking off the concert series on Wednesday, June the 6th, from noon to 1. You just show up. We've got chairs. If you want to bring some chairs, bring a lawn chair with you. But we've got chairs and tables and umbrellas to keep you out of the summer heat. You'll be under those beautiful catawba trees in historic Wrights Church. In fact, we do it right on the front porch of the church there. So it's just really cool to see live music, enjoy a fresh lunch for $5. Dempseytown Ramblers, June the 6th. June the 13th, we are really going to be blessed by the Abbey Players. The cast from Godspell, some of the performers from Godspell, the performance that they're doing June the 14th through the 16th, will have a noontime dress rehearsal right on the steps of Wrights Church on June the 13th. So come out and see Godspell, the musical. If you remember that from the 70s when that came out, I was a kid when that came out, just following the steps of Jesus Christ Superstar. And so you get to see those musical configurations from that. It's just wonderful. June the 27th, piano students from Kathy's Music. If you are a student of music, or you ever wanted to play a variety of instruments, piano or flute or guitar, or gosh, what do my kids play? The little one, recorder, and what else? I'm trying to think of it right now. But Kathy's Music will have their piano students there on June the 27th, some of them. And so come on out that Wednesday. July 4th, we're looking for a patriotic tableau. In other words, we're still putting folks together to come and celebrate. July 4th is a Wednesday this year, and so we'll have a concert in honor of that. When we first moved to Venetia 5 years ago, we rededicated the flagpole in front of the old Venetia school. When they closed the school, maybe 20 years ago, as you would when you close a school, you would take down the flag. And so we recommissioned that flagpole 5 years ago on Flag Day. And so the colors, Old Glory is flying there once again. And on the July 4th of this year, we'll have a concert right in the shadow of that tall flagpole and that great school there. July 11th, Julie Wright. She's a local singer-songwriter. She'll be with us she does a lot of her own things, does some cover tunes too, and she is just phenomenal. She's been with us every year since we've started. And July the 18th, Brianna Furchek. She's a Peters native, flute, piano, voice. She sings with the Dempseytown Ramblers, and she's wonderful. So all of those concerts every Wednesday from the beginning of June to July the 18th, right on the steps of historic Wrights Church. Remember in the old days, if you had a church or even at the courthouse, a center of the community, folks would get on the steps and kind of appeal their cause for the day, whatever it was. Well, our cause for the day for the summertime is good music and a good atmosphere, and so you want to come to be a part of that. The ladies all cook a homemade lunch, and so that's great. And when you're speaking of lunch, if you get hungry during the any time, the Tuesday through Saturday, the Country Store, which is our local store there in the village, they've hired a new chef as of, maybe as of January perhaps, and they've got breakfast there every Tuesday through Saturday. And it's wonderful. Ask for the Eggs Benedict when you go in. It's all got a big menu up on the chalkboard there. It's been remodeled. Country store that'll seat more, air conditioned. But you got to get there early. In other words, you don't want to go. I mean, you could if you want to, if you enjoy crowds. But you go at 9 o'clock, you may have to park and walk to get in, because it is such the center of that community. But a great menu, and good folks, good fellowship around the tables there. I pop in there about once a week, and it's just interesting to see just what a joy to see a variety of folks, from folks working the pipeline to bridge clubs and all kind of groups in there enjoying a great breakfast. Now every second and fourth Thursday in the village of Venetia are our senior citizens luncheons over at the Venetia Community Center. Irma Grego, maybe the most senior Girl Scout in all of Girl Scout history, and she's wonderful. She still does the programming for the Venetia Community Center for the seniors that meet there every second and fourth Tuesday. They start about 11:30, go to about 1:30. A variety of programs, and the lunch is always wonderful, and the fellowship is just incredible. And that group continues to grow too. So if you're over the age of 55 and you're hungry on a Thursday, come on in to be a part of the Village of Venetia, the senior citizen group that meets there. The first time I did TV here in Peters Township, I was with Irma, and I think her spotlight on seniors, I think. So that was kind of a neat thing. So she introduced me to this, and so we send a big hello out to you, Irma, as you continue to do the good things out there in the community. If we're concerned about children and youth and foundational principles, as we've been giving them to you so far during our program through Girl Scouts and when you, through the Rotary, through Boy Scouts, summer camp opportunities too that we want to help you to be aware of. The United Methodist Church runs 5 different camps throughout western Pennsylvania. One is very close to here. It's only about 45 minutes off of 43 in Uniontown, Jamonville. And it's a premium camp. Google that, Jamonville, and you'll see the camping opportunities that are there for summer camp. If you'd like to be a part of that, I invite you to get in touch with us at the church, wrightsumc.com. We want to provide a scholarship for you to get there. Now, because camping, to be in a one-week camp experience can be expensive today. We want to help you to get there. So contact us at Wrights United Methodist Church, and we can provide some scholarship money for you to get there for a summer camping program. The camping season has started. There's week-long camps, there's mini camps, there's camps for mommy and me, grandma and me, all kind of sports camps, horse camps, whitewater rafting camps, and again, they're great. And we want you to be a part of that, so get in touch with us at Wrights Church. We do our own maybe summer camp called Vacation Bible School. That's rolling, I think it's Rolling River this year at Mingo Park. It's the third week of July, and it's wonderful. We don't actually have whitewater rafts in Mingo, but that's the theme. And we've been doing that for the 5 years that I've been in Washington County. And it's just been wonderful to be out in the park, and as many folks, so if you want to, again, sign up for that, there's no cost to be there. That's in the evening, every evening from, I think it's 5:30 to 8, that third week of July, July 16th through the 19th in Mingo Park. Rolling River Rampage, I think, is our theme for that week. Good lessons, good food, good activities, and all down at Mingo Park. So you want to come be a part of that. So how much fun is that? All the other activities, just come on out to the village. Probably 3 times a week, they're playing Little League ball right there on the fields in the village of Venetia. And it's fun if you just like to come out and watch baseball. We were listening to some last night. They got a great, even a snack bar over there. My kids look over there. You can see it from where we live. You can see, is the door to the snack bar open or is it not? When it's open, we walk over there and get a ring pop or ice cream sandwich and just enjoy the games from the new deck that's built there. the Peters Township Little League Association has put a lot of money and resources into that complex there, and with new backstops and a batting cage, and they do just a great job of keeping it up. And come on and see us down there in the village sometime to experience Little League. Other things that are happening there's the food bank on June 23rd has a rummage sale right there at the church. That's from I think 8 o'clock till 3 on Saturday the 23rd. It supports the Finleyville Food Bank, and if you have treasures that you want to donate to that, again, call the church 724-348. 5718, and we'll tell you how to get those donations to that rummage sale for the food bank of Finleyville. Community Day. Everyone's all agog about that in Peters Township. That's the last Saturday of June, the 30th. In addition to all the great Community Day activities that you've seen the last number of years, Hamiltunes will be debuting. If you haven't seen or heard any of the music from Hamilton the Musical, this is like a karaoke version. So everybody, all the participants in the audience, part of Community Day, down at the new acoustic shell right there in the park, will get a chance to sing along. I mean, there'll be folks on stage that will lead us, and those auditions have taken place. Youth and children from the community will be leading us in Hamiltunes. The library, Peters Township Library, again, just a central part of our Peters Township community, paid for the rights for that, so it's just going to be just a great addition to Community Day on June the 30th. So you can go to the website, probably the library website will give you more information about that for Hamiltunes, a part of Community Day. All the other things, that Interfaith Picnic on June 24th. That's all the churches in the Finleyville area will be at Wright's Church from 3 to 5 on that Sunday, the 24th, and it's just going to be a great picnic time, and that's when we all come together in the village of Venetia there. All the faiths that are represented of the churches in the Finleyville community, the Baptist and the Catholic and the Presbyterian churches. And again, everyone the Methodist Church, all those that have a faith community right there in Finleyville, we all meet together and have a picnic, and that's the last Sunday of June. So come on out to Wright's Church for that. Just wander in, bring a bag of chips, and we'll put it in with the rest of the cover dish, and we'll have a great time there together. Let's see, other things that we got coming up. There's all kind of opportunities. Just go to Peters Township, go to the Chamber of Commerce page. Lots of opportunities there. If you're not a part of the Chamber and you're a business, you need to. Call Brian, call Kelly over there. We've been a part of that Village of Venetia since I've been here for 5 years, and it's just great. The program's once a month. There's a featured after hours, I think is what they call it, in one of the businesses in town. So you get to meet folks. It's meet and greets, and you get to see businesses that maybe you would normally not get a chance to see and to be a part of. And so call the Chamber of Commerce, get on their website, the website at the church, to wrightsumc.com, and look up, and we'll keep you informed of all the activities that are going on specifically down there at the village, in the village of Venetia. August the 19th, looking ahead for the month of August, we're putting together a fall festival. We had a spring festival last year in the village, and it incorporated the Peters Township Historical Society, the Wright House over there, the Venetia Community Center, and Wright's Church, all three organizations cooperating together. We're looking for that August the 11th. That's Saturday, August the 11th. With crafters, quilt show. We want to kind of emphasize the quilt show. We've got some championship blue ribbon state fair quilters coming on the 11th that you'll want to see if you enjoy that. The quilts will all be displayed right there in the historic Wright's Church. I mean, that church alone goes back to 1836. and built in the colonial Williamsburg style. And again, if you're interested in coming to the village, you're looking for a theme wedding. We do them all the time there. That seems to be the thing. Theme weddings like colonial, you want to do those kind of things and have George Washington or Alexander Hamilton riding up on a horse. We can make that happen for you at your wedding. Give us a call there at the church, 724-348-5718. But look at August the 11th, pencil that in right now, and you'll see more and more information about that as we get closer. If you're a crafter or you make homemade salsa, you make hair bands, whatever it is, you have something that you're proud of, and we want to help you be proud of it, come and sign up and be a part of that August the 11th. That's going to be just a great day. Well, school wraps up this next week, the first week of June in Peters. So lots of opportunity out there to be a part of different projects. And if you can come to the Village of Venetia, which is around the 788 block of Venetia Road, run on down to see us. Spend some time at the newly remodeled country store, or at the ball fields there, at the church, the community center, the Wright House. We'd invite you to come and just enjoy our Village of Venetia. I think we're about maybe out of time. Mr. Rogers, I do invite you, think about that. The name of that movie is called Won't You Be My Neighbor? It premieres June 5th at the Hollywood Theater on Potomac Avenue, right outside of, right in Pittsburgh there, right outside of Dormont. And then it'll be in theaters across the area. Now, it's not the big blockbuster movie that they're in production now with Tom Hanks playing Mr. Rogers. This is a documentary about his shows and his life and how he touched the lives of so many. In fact, on June the 5th, Mr. McFeely will be there too. If you remember Speedy Delivery, Mr. McFeely, his name comes from Mr. Rogers' mother's maiden name. She was a McFeely, and that's where they got the name for Speedy Delivery. So come on out and be there. I'll be there, and so I'll look forward to seeing you. And if you recognize me from this show, you say, hey, there's Reverend Richard Roberts from Village of Venetia, and I'd be glad to greet you there. And I just say thanks for watching. All the activities, this will be played off and on this channel, and so just stay tuned to all the brown bag concerts that are coming all this summer, noon to 1, every Wednesday from June to July 18th. Local entertainers, we've got a couple more dates to fill that we're hoping to get some more local talent there. And it's just going to be a great time. So come on and be a part of us. Mr. Rogers, when he was growing up as a child, his mother told him, now when you're afraid, always look for the people, the helpers. There will always be helpers out there that will help you. We want to be a help to you too, and to reach out to you any way we can from the Village of Venetia. So I say bid you a good day, a good summer, and God bless you. Thanks.